Hello beautiful people, welcome back to the Tinker Tales channel. If you've not been here before, hello, I am Vicky and this is...
What does that word say? Adoring, loving husband.
Okay.
You wrote it.
We don't have like freaking flashcards or whatever they're called. God, as if we're that professional. Right, hello, welcome to a quick update. We haven't filmed this for quite a while. I think basically this is an adoption update. So the last time I think we spoke about the adoption, we were just about to go on the transatlantic cruise, weren't we?
We just met the girls.
We just met the
girls.
girls.
Had we just come back from meeting the girls?
Yeah, it was the day that we met the girls for the first time. And we were going to go to matching panel, hopefully, as soon as we got back from the transatlantic. So flash forward, it's now August, end of August, 2025. 24th, is it? 25th?
Bank holiday weekend.
It's bank holiday weekend. August bank holiday weekend 2025.
And there's just the two of us.
And there's still just the two of us. So clearly everything did not sail smoothly in the adoption process. So we're still getting the girls. Let's just caveat that straight off. We're still getting the girls. The girls are still ours. There's just been some delays. So we came back from our cruise thinking we were going to go to panel that sort of
3 days after.
Yeah, that week.
Which is always ambitious. We
were
surprised
pushing it. Yeah, that was pushing it. That obviously then did get pushed back because not everyone was available to panel.
There was social workers.
Yeah, there was a change of social workers. They wanted us to do a couple more bits and pieces, like a training. They wanted us to do a sibling training session and a family and friends training session. Yeah, a couple of bits that they still wanted us to do before we went to panel. So we went to panel in June in the end, didn't we?
Yes.
Yes. So it was all done online. It's similar to the adoption approval panel in that there's lots of different people. There's independent panel members, there's social workers, there's our social worker, the girls' social workers.
There's adopted children.
Yeah.
No, they're the
independent.
We thought there was going to be adopted children, but there's not. There's a list of questions they can...
Yeah, so basically
supply.
An independent panel member will ask questions that have been written by someone who's been adopted. So we did this one online. We didn't have to go to Cardiff for this one, thankfully.
Nope.
And basically all the professionals have a meeting beforehand to go through all the paperwork, and everyone chats about us and the girls and what's happened.
What the match could look like.
What the match could look like, if there's any problems they foresee. And then we got brought in and got asked 5 or 6 questions. Yeah. You know, standard questions. Why these girls? What would you do if you find yourself favouring one over the other? It's things that we were all prepared for.
Yeah. To be fair, we actually got the questions for this one before panel.
Yes, we did, yeah. So you actually get a list of the questions that they're going to ask you before you actually go into the meeting. We got it like 48 hours before. Yeah. So we knew what was coming, which was good. So we could already have, like, in our minds. There was nothing there that kind of took us by surprise. No. Really. There was nothing we thought, oh, God, how are we going to answer that? We already had answered most of those questions.
We're driving down to London when we got the questions. I think we were.
Quite possibly, yeah.
I think we were driving.
We might have been.
Wedding.
Yes, we were going down to my nephew's wedding and we actually got the questions, which was like the weekend before panel, wasn't it? Yeah. So, yeah. So we knew what was coming, so that was good. We then get kicked out into a, like, waiting room.
No, that was it.
We got to go onto an online waiting room, holding area, while the panel then discussed amongst themselves the answers to the questions. We then got brought back in and got told that it was a unanimous...
No, we had a phone call within about 50...
Oh, yes, no, that is it. Yes, so we got... The meeting ended.
We got kicked
out while they had their chat, and then we got a phone call. They said it should be within an hour, but it might be longer.
Depending on
the next panel and what was going on and how long their discussion was. We got a call back in 5 minutes to say that it had been a unanimous match. Everyone in that panel had unanimously agreed that we were the right parents for these 2 girls. So that was amazing, wasn't it? Yeah. That was really, really nice. So then we met the girls again, didn't we? We had another meeting with the girls, another bump in with the girls.
But I think we had that before panel. Because it had been so long. I think
we did. We did have a bump in before panel.
No, it was after panel. Panel was Monday. We met the girls on the Friday, waiting for the ADM.
It's all, honestly, it's all moulded into one.
We had panel, unanimous, because that's when I met the new social worker.
Yeah.
And she was like, don't worry about the ADM because it's a unanimous panel decision.
Yeah, they're not going to overturn it.
It's not likely to.
So yeah, similar to the adoption approval panel, the panel make a recommendation as to whether it's a yes or a no or a maybe. Yeah. And then the agency decision maker has to do the final overall decision. So we got that back. That took a bit longer, didn't it?
It should have been 7 days.
It should have been within 7 days. I think it took about 2 weeks.
Well, I think it took about 10 for us to sort of get because we chased it out, didn't we? It took about 10 for us to get a nod of yes, it was done. But to actually get the written...
Actually, to get the paperwork was about 2 weeks. But I think that was because the ADM was on leave.
Yeah.
So that's why. It wasn't anything to do with us.
And then that was the start of...
That was the start of where everything sort of went a bit messy.
Yeah.
So we had a meeting with like social workers and stuff to put a plan in place of when we were going to start introductions. And
after the 21 days.
After the 21 days. So I think we've caveated it before that the birth parents get up to 21 days to appeal the decision, or this is what we've been told. It's not quite right. And then we would start introductions 21 days after that 21 days had elapsed. So the original plan was for us to start introductions with girls end of June.
End of July.
End of July, yeah. So end of July, we had a date in place. And they were going to be placed with us on the 12th of August. Obviously, we're past the 12th of August and they're not here. So, that was the plan. And we were all working towards that plan. We thought that that was in place. That's what was going to happen.
We heard nothing different.
We heard nothing different.
But we heard nothing.
We heard nothing. So, for like a month after panel, it was radio silence.
Well, no, we had a little bit because we went to the school, didn't we? So we went to the school.
Yeah,
and
we went
to
the oldest one's school, met the transition worker, met with like the girls' social workers, met the special needs coordinator for the school and all that.
Got a plan in place for the next school year when they come to us.
Yeah, so we had a couple of meetings.
That was really good. I think that was the last big.
But as far as like from North Wales adoption, we heard nothing. We were due to start introductions a week Monday, and the Friday, like a week prior. So like 8 days before, we were getting a bit concerned because we hadn't heard anything. We were like, we're supposed to start introductions. We don't know anything, like what we need to do, what we need to get in place, what introductions are going to work like, how, like what do we need to have in the house ready for this? Like we knew nothing. So we emailed our social worker and our team and said, look, we're just a bit concerned.
And the books, the transition books.
Yeah, and the transition books. So when you're adopting children, you create a book, which is basically... Sorry if you can hear our dogs barking. I have given them treats to try and keep them quiet. Clearly hasn't worked. Yeah, you're meant to do a book, which is like a welcome book. It gives you the girls information about their new family, their new home, what their bedrooms look like. You put lots of pictures in it. And we've been asking for months, like, what do we do with this? How do we do this? Can we have some help? We don't know what we're doing. And literally that Friday, we got a message saying you need to do them by Monday. Because the girl's going away on Tuesday. And they need them before we start introductions the following Monday. And I was like,
we're night shifts.
I was like, I'm night shifts. Like I don't have time to do these books, and plus I don't know what I'm doing with these books. No one's told me what to do with these books. Proper freak out moments. That's when we kind of emailed our team, wasn't it, and go, help. We've not heard anything. We don't know what we're doing. We want to make these books personal, but we don't know that many personal details about the girls. You know, we've only met them twice. Yeah. You know, we don't know what to do. So she said, what do you mean you haven't heard anything from North Wales? I was like, well, we haven't. We've not had a peep out of them. And she said, well, neither have we. And that's where things started to kind of fall apart, really. We sort of started a snowball effect.
Yeah.
We still, as far as we were aware, we were still going into introductions the following week. So the Monday after we sent that email, our social worker came to visit us. Yeah. We had a lovely chat, didn't we? It was...
Yeah.
No indication that there was anything wrong. It was just like a catch up, how are you feeling, that sort of thing. You know, have you got this in place? Have you got that in place? Well, yes.
Can we see your car insurance?
Can we see your car insurance and all this kind of stuff? So that was, as far as we were aware, everything was fine. Tuesday, we were meant to have what is called a getting to know you day. So it was going to be done online, but it's a meeting where lots of different people who have had involvement with the girls come together to share information. So like doctors, teachers, foster carer, social workers, you know,
anyone that's been important.
Anyone that's been important in the girls' journey, basically, throughout the this process.
And nothing. Well, we didn't even know about that meeting, was it? Because we tried to ask that. When's that?
We got like an invitation to it the Friday before.
Yeah.
Saying, "Oops, sorry, should have sent this out a couple of weeks ago." So obviously, all the professionals who were meant to be in that meeting only got a notification of it like 48 hours before, couldn't make it. So we got told.
We got a text message.
We got a text message that morning to say, "Really sorry, the meeting's been cancelled because only one professional was coming." And we were like, "Oh, well, that's a shame. We could really have done with that before we go into introductions next week." So then our team says, "Right, can we have a catch up? Like just after when this meeting should have been, can we have a catch up?" So we're like, "Yep, fine." We had the whole afternoon set aside for this meeting anyway, so yep, fine. So we sit down to do this Teams meeting. Our social workers manager, Erica, basically went, "Have you got any idea what's going on?" And we said, "No, not really." She said,
"But we get the feeling that's not a good question."
Yeah, we get the feeling that doesn't sound very positive. And she said, "We're pausing introductions." And our world just fell apart for a little minute, didn't it?
Yeah.
Because obviously we were all geared up. As far as we were aware, these girls already knew us as mummy and daddy.
Yeah.
And, we were going to be their mummy and daddy in a few days' time. And
we'd said goodbye to people at work.
Yeah, we'd already booked all our annual leave off and put in for our adoption leave. So we were literally done with work. We'd been saying goodbye. And everything just imploded, didn't it, really? Yeah. There were many reasons why it happened. And I don't think the blame lays at any particular one person's door. I think it's just a combination of
people having leave,
people being on annual leave, social workers changed over, some like the last couple of days of school for the girls, and just miscommunications or lack of communication completely. One of the big things the first thing that she came up with as a reason why we were pausing it is because of a comment that I made with our social worker the day before, which was that I have anxiety as to whether I'm going to be a good enough mother for the girls, which is something I have said since day dot, since we started this process. And I think anyone, whether you're giving birth to a new baby or you're adopting a child, if you don't have that anxiety that you're not going to be a good enough mother, you must be very special, because everyone I've spoken to has said that they have that anxiety. But because I voiced it, that was the first thing that she came up with as a reason why we're pausing introductions. So there's me going, right, well, it's all my fault. And I just burst into tears. Absolutely devastated. Once, Rich was angry. I was devastated. Rich was getting a bit angry. Because he was like, "What are you on about? That's ridiculous. We've said this the whole way through, and we've caveated with she knows she's going to be good enough."
Yeah.
But she,
It was to have led with that.
She's since apologised for that. She realised that was not the way to go. And, of course, we would be worried if you didn't have those kind of worries in the back of your head. So
they just wanted to make sure that it was a normal...
It was my normal level of anxiousness, and that I hadn't,
So this chat we were having is a chat they wanted to have to make sure that it was the normal, not... or have we seen something that's really...
Yeah, that's really put us off. But she didn't explain it right. No. But yeah, then the biggest reason why it hasn't happened yet was because the girls was meant to have a transition worker, which basically goes in to the foster carer's house and through theraplay and things like that, gets them prepped for the adoption. So starts teaching them what adoption is and introducing new mummy and daddy, and explaining how the process is going to work, and basically make sure that they're prepared for it and it's not just thrown on them.
Yeah.
But that hadn't happened, and we didn't realise that wasn't happening. So the girls were going to go into introductions having had no preparation for it whatsoever, and that would have ended in disaster.
When we spoke to our side later on, they were like, when we've seen these red flags before, like when adoptions have fallen apart, we look back and said, "Oh, that wasn't there. The transition work wasn't there."
Yeah.
They said we've seen it too many times.
Yeah.
And they'd have been foolish to have let it carry on.
To have let it carry on, it would have been, it would have just ended in disaster for everyone involved.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, this is our lives, and it's the girls' lives. It's two little girls.
They can't go back.
They can't go back. They said, once an adoption falls apart, there's no going back from it. Like, and we've said we wouldn't do this again. We don't want to put anyone off adoption who is going for adoption, because it is a wonderful thing to do, but it is not easy. It really isn't easy. It's been the biggest emotional roller coaster for the past 2.5 years, and this was just...
And that week was
a
compound of
it was just absolute hell, wasn't it? Like, it was awful, because I know it's not the same. But the only thing I compare it to is like losing a child, because we all of a sudden we weren't mummy and daddy anymore. They didn't know us as mummy and daddy. We were just Vic and Rich again. Having been geared up to be mummy and daddy, it was gut-wrenching.
And not knowing when we were going to start again.
Yeah, it was gut-wrenching. So then we had to have another meeting with the head of North Wales Adoption, who was not a happy bunny that this had been allowed to happen, and that it had been allowed to get this far and fall apart at the last hurdle. So I think, unfortunately, a lot of it, the blame was laid at the foster carers' door, and I don't think that was fair. She's also got other children to look after. She's got her own family, and she's doing the best she can. But we didn't really know her very well at that point. So there was a lot discussed in this meeting, and basically they said they wanted us to meet the girls a few more times. They wanted us to do some training with the dogs, which we have done. Yeah. I know they're barking now, but they're a lot better. They wanted us to build up a relationship with the foster carer. And her husband, because we'd never met him, and basically and give the girls time to have the therapeutic transition work done. So we knew, after a couple of days, we knew it was the best decision to pause those introductions.
Yeah, you've got to trust.
You've got to trust that they know what they're talking about. And it is the right decision, because it wouldn't have gone well for anybody, but it was devastating at the time, wasn't it? Like, I couldn't go into work. I tried to go into work, but the problem is our work is so invested in this process, and because they've been going through it with us, that the first thing people do is just go, oh, what's happened? What's going on?
Why are you here?
Why are you here? You should be off. And I just burst into tears. I was like, can I go home, please? So yeah, thankfully they were just like, yeah, go. So yeah, I had to take a couple of days off work. So I was just gutted. I really was gutted.
But that meeting was very structured. Yes. With plans in place of, we are going to do this.
What date can you do this? Right. Put it down. What date can we do this? Write it down. So we then had a plan moving forwards.
With another meeting.
In like a month, wasn't it?
It was last week, wasn't it?
It was last week, so it's about a month.
3-4
weeks time. So it gave everyone time to kind of process everything and get everything in place. And because it's the summer holidays, it was easier for us to meet with the girls. So the plan was to kind of meet the girls once a week, which we have more or less done. It's either been once a week or once every other week.
No, it's been pretty much once a week.
Yeah.
We're meant to have a meeting with the dogs.
Yeah, we were meant to have a meeting with the dogs, with them and the dogs, but that got cancelled because it was during like the mini heat wave. So it was the dog park we were going to go to closed, but we actually did that yesterday. Yesterday. Yeah. So everything. We had a meeting just with the foster carers, just us and them, didn't we? Yeah. Like, we just went for a coffee together, and that was we were just sat for an hour and a half just talking, and that was so beneficial. Yeah. Because it was like we could understand where each other was coming from a lot better, and she was very empathetic towards us, and I think we were really empathetic to how she was feeling, because she felt like a lot of it had been lumped on her, and like I said, I don't think that's fair.
And she's brilliant.
And she is. She's ace. Like, we get on so well with her now. Like, I think now that we understand where she's coming from and we get her as a person a lot more, she's very direct, isn't she? Yeah. But once you understand that, and she's great. She's so good with the girls. So good with the girls. Like, and she's given us so many helpful tips and stuff. So flash forward to now, we had
another meeting.
We've had like
2 weeks ago.
We had
with the social workers again.
Yeah, so we had another professional meeting like last week. Which was just seeing how everything was going and anything else that needed doing.
Yeah. Did we do everything that we said we'd do in the last one?
Have we done everything that we've said we do? Have they done everything that they said they do? And basically, yes, everyone has done everything they were meant to do. We've got a trainer for the dogs. They're doing really well. We've well, we only did it yesterday, but we have now met
with the
dogs with the girls and the dogs, and that went brilliantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been for a couple of meetups with the girls as well in various different settings. We've got a meeting next week again with the girls.
Yeah, going out for tea with them.
We're going out for tea. Yeah, and the therapeutic transition work has been happening as well once a week.
And we're getting the updates.
And we're getting the updates from that, and they're really lovely updates. So the girls have now been given their transition books, which were hastily made, but I'm still quite proud of them.
Yeah.
I did the best I could, and they've been given a teddy from both of us, so they've seen
with
pictures.
Some perfume.
Yeah, I sprayed my perfume onto it, so like they kind of smell like I do, and they now know us as Mummy and Daddy, or Mummy Vic and Daddy Rich.
Yeah. Which
was weird when we met them yesterday, and we're being called.
That was the first time.
That was the first time we've met them since they've had those books, and they've been told that we're Mummy and Daddy. So that was weird.
Lots of questions.
Hearing the foster carer go see what Mummy Vic's doing. I was like, oh, oh, this is weird. And yeah, the older one was asking you lots of questions about what was in her room, and if she had a nightlight, and yeah, just so weird. But lovely, lovely weird.
And each meeting has got more comfortable, hasn't it?
Yeah.
They've come to us quicker.
Yeah,
it's been...
like, we went and just for a walk in like the woods, didn't we, the other day? Yeah. And the littler one fell asleep on my shoulder as I was carrying her. And then the foster carer was like, what is wrong with your legs? I was like, she's fine. She's okay, she can stay.
We did, however, learn a valuable lesson, and thank you to the foster parents.
I swore I'd never do it. I swore.
Crocs.
I swore I'd never get them, but I now own a pair of Crocs. Because we went to this forest, and there's a little river that they can paddle in, and we were in our trainers and socks, so we went to take our trainers and socks in to take them in the river, and the older one had a freak out because
she wanted
to take her shoes off. She had Crocs on. She didn't need to take her shoes off. So the whole reason she was wearing Crocs. And she had a proper stress on, didn't she? Because she wanted to take her shoes off. So we're like, it's okay, we'll keep our shoes on. So we went home with very wet feet. Just had to change the battery. Yeah, so now we both have Crocs, basically. Swore I'd never have Crocs.
We see there's a time. They're not, I hate to say it, they're actually not too bad.
So that's where we're at the moment. We do now have a new date to start our introductions, which is the 25th of September, with a look for them to be placed with us on the 9th of October.
Yeah.
So it's coming up thick and fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about
ready. We've got
ready.
a few more dates with them.
Yeah, we've got a few more dates penciled in to go and see them, so that's nice. Yeah.
It would have been sooner, because again, we got a phone call.
Oh, yeah.
On the Tuesday before the meeting last week.
Yeah, so we were having the meeting on the Friday. We got a phone call on the Tuesday saying, just FYI, they'd like you to start introductions on Monday. And we went, I beg your pardon? And they're like, yeah, can you start on the Monday? No.
We could. The rest of our lives and work and...
Unfortunately, yeah, we would have been happy to start, but we have jobs, which we've already cancelled all our adoption leave and stuff because we didn't know when it was going to happen. They need a bit of notice for us to go off. Especially right in the middle of the summer, because North Wales in the summer is hell. So yeah, and then our foster carer has to have an operation, doesn't she, bless her? So, and she's pushed that back multiple times now, so she couldn't push it back anymore. So we all kind of came to
we literally sat there, didn't we?
Everyone sat there and went, could everyone do this date? No, I can't do that. Right. So we've gone for the 25th of September, haven't we?
Yep.
So because of that, we've booked ourselves a cheeky little holiday. Because the summer at work has been horrific, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's anyone you speak to in our line of work in North Wales will tell you this has been the worst summer anyone can remember. It's been horrendous. It's been stressful. We've been short-staffed. There's something in the water. I don't know what it is, but it's been the worst summer I can remember in this line of work. So we're knackered. Everything that's gone on with the adoption has been so emotionally draining, hasn't it? Like, it's been, it's just been so much.
And the dates have just given us a chance to have...
Yeah, the dates have been pushed back so much, it's given us the opportunity to finish the summer at work.
Yeah.
And then take a week off. Yeah. And then we go back to work for a couple of days, but then we go into introduction. So it just gives us that chance to decompress. To reset, get our heads in the right place, and just chill out before all hell breaks loose with introductions. So we are going on a cheeky little Disney cruise, aren't we? Yes. It's a British Isles cruise. So we looked at what dates would work, and it was either going to be the British Isles or the Norwegian cruise. Norwegian Fjords cruise. Both on the Fantasy, both going out of Southampton. They're a week after each other, so it's British Isles and then it's Norwegian. I managed to get a really good deal on it because I am an independent travel agent, so I was able to use a travel agent rate for this cruise. I got an amazing deal, which is the only reason we're doing it, because we didn't, we had a bit of money spare from doing some refinancing, so we just thought stuff it. It was such a good rate. So we've chosen British Isles just because the dates work a bit better, and also the fjords, as much as that would have been our first choice for itinerary, we would end up spending a lot more money on the fjords. Because we'd want to do excursions, and we'd want to go explore. Whereas the British Isles, it goes to Cove, which I'm really looking forward to, because I've never been to Ireland. It goes to Liverpool, which is
day trips too.
an hour that way from us. So that doesn't really interest us that much. We'll probably get off and stretch our legs, but then it goes up to Greenock or Greenock. I'm not sure which. Greenock. I say Greenock in Scotland, and then down to Portland, which is near Weymouth, which Weymouth is somewhere I've been many times. I used to go every October with a group of mates for a good few years. So not anywhere that we need to spend a lot of money to go and visit, basically. And it's back on the Fantasy, so I've already got all the Fantasy gear. So we figured that would be the best option. And it was so cheap, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was so cheap. It was ridiculous. It was like one of them things you couldn't leave. Just couldn't leave. So when they said these are the dates we're looking at for introductions, I phoned up straight after that meeting and booked it. So I was like, stuff it, we're going away. It's like, we need a break. We need a break.
We do have to have a meeting.
Yeah, we do. We are having a meeting while we're on the cruise. When we're in Scotland, we've got the transition planning meeting. So that's when everyone's going to sit down and go through how each day will look while we do transitions, or introductions. So that should be interesting. We'll have to find a Wi-Fi cafe or something, or for some free Wi-Fi to do it, or just hotspot our phones.
Yeah,
we're in the UK, so it's okay. But yeah, that's what's happening in our lives right now. Obviously, I probably will vlog it, but then I'm also conscious that I've only just vlogged a cruise, so I'm not sure if I don't want it to be just carbon copy of that cruise. I know it's a very different cruise because we're going to different places, and this is a cruise for us just to switch off and relax from what's been a horrendous couple of months. So we'll see how much I vlog, but we're not anticipating on spending much money on this one, are we? No, we just want to kind of go and switch off and relax. That is the plan.
We booked it so late you can't even get power.
We've literally booked it. So we go 2 weeks Monday. So today, it goes out on the 8th of September. So we literally booked it 3 weeks before. So I literally booked it and checked in straight away. And we can't get into Paolo brunch. There's Paolo dinner available, but he's not the biggest fan. So yeah, we can't get into Paolo brunch. We will try when we get on board. Yeah. There's no tastings or anything left really that we want to do.
No. So
it's going to be a very cheap cruise. We're just going to be happy to be on there and relax. We've got a veranda room as well. Like we've got an ocean, because I booked it. It's like a GTY rate when you book a travel agency rate, so you don't know what room you're getting. We've been given a family veranda, so it's even bigger. It's to be the biggest room that we've ever had for like the least amount of money. It was like £1,100 including tips, wasn't it? It was epic. So yeah, thanks being an independent travel agent. It's finally paid off. It was finally worth it. But yeah, think that's about it, isn't it, from us?
Yeah.
Obviously, we might do a little update during introductions if we have time. We probably won't have time, but the next update we'll give you is after they're with us, I guess. Yeah. So just a FYI before we sign off, we said earlier about the birth parents having 21 days from the ADM decision to contest the adoption. That's not strictly true. North Wales Adoption kind of just put that caveat on there, but
every adoption
agency will put a caveat of a certain amount of time on it.
Because it's not written into law. The birth parents can contest at any time.
They can contest at any time up until the adoption order is made. So there is still a chance, even between now and when we're due to start introductions, that they could contest, and again everything will get paused. So it's
less likely now.
Less likely now. It has been so long, but
because we know the birth family have asked for information.
Yeah, they have asked. They've asked for like information on certain things that they're entitled to, in order to maybe make an application to a solicitor or into the courts. So there is still that chance, but at the minute we're on the right trajectory, aren't we? Yeah. You know, hopefully now we've had our drama and hopefully everything will run smoothly from here on in.
And it's only weird when you speak to other people who've adopted that you realise
that this isn't
drama
unusual.
Isn't unusual.
Yeah, what's happened to us is not unusual. Introductions can be paused for multiple reasons, multiple times. It's just how it happens. It's not as easy as you are matched, here's your kids. It really isn't. It's a very complicated procedure, but you know, it has to be, and it has to be done right, and it has to be done properly, because we want it to work. You know, this is our forever, and these girls are going to be our forever family. So hopefully, fingers crossed, everything runs smooth. But now we've waffled on enough. I think we shall leave it there.
Yep.
So yeah, thanks very much for watching. Stay tuned for possibly British Isles vlogs. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, thanks very much for watching. Have a magical day, and we'll see you really soon. Bye.